popping? I hope all is well. It's your girl D. We're gonna see what's coming out for collective. I was just hearing while I was shuffling T.I.'s. I've been hearing T.I.'s songs. I don't usually listen to the radio, but I was listening to the radio the other day and I heard that song. What is this stack song? Me, Patron on ice. Something pop bottles all night. Oh, baby, you can have whatever you like. You can have whatever you like. Yeah. My chick can have what she want. And it resonated with me because in this world right now, as far as out here with the relations between men and women, it's just, it's really crazy out here, what's going on. People are feeling used and taken advantage of because of their kindness and their generosity. And it's like you'll be surprised at how nice you could be to someone and they automatically just start flipping and thinking that, it's like, okay, you're a generous, kind person, right? And so say you meet someone and you decide to be generous and kind with them. They take it like you either do that with everybody so it ain't special, or they just not used to people being nice to them. So either way, they don't receive it in a manner where they would just be like, yo, this person is pretty cool. Our connection, the way they communicate with me, the way they receive me, the way they treat me, I like it. Instead of them just, vibe with it off of that and just saying, okay, well, let me, reciprocate that energy back and just see how this flows with me and this person. Instead of them doing that, they just try to take advantage. Like, say you meet somebody, right? And you're dating them or what have you, and this person's like, damn, my car fucked up. It's in the shop or whatever reason, and they just need a ride. And say you'd be like, yo, okay, cool. I'll let you use my car for 2 days here. Just drop me off at work and come get me. So this is on a Thursday and a Friday, right? So you give them the keys, they bring you to work, they drop you off, and then they come get you, and then they do it again on Friday. They drop you off at work and they have the car all day, and then they come get you, and then you have your car. And say they, say maybe they stay the night with you Friday night. And then Saturday morning you wake up and they gone and your car gone. Now they didn't steal it. They just took it without asking you. And so it's just like, wait a minute. I was nice to you. I was nice enough to let you, to hook you up, because you was having an issue. So, I'm rocking with you. So, okay, I got you. It ain't too much out of my way. It ain't like I'm signing my lease over to you or my vehicle over to you. I just let you use it for 2 days. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? But then they get to the point where it's like they just take your shit without asking. It's like, yo, what is wrong with people? You can't even be nice to people no more. So I'm picking that up. You know, um, People thinking that it's just weird. It's just like people don't know how to receive without thinking, okay, their devil horns start coming out their forehead and they start figuring out how they can scheme and scam. It's crazy out here. So, you got to kind of be cool. But it's like some of us, we just naturally, whoever we around, we want to rock with. And so it's like if we see you suffering in some way, shape, or form, we don't mind doing something for you, but god damn, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm getting that energy from the collective. It's just like you can't be nice. You can't, men don't even want to take you out on dates anymore. Like, I understand if you just met a woman and she wants you to take her to wherever. But the thing is if you want to get to know this woman, that that's what you want to do. In the end, you want to get to know her and you're going to, come on, you a man. You going to want to sleep with her. Like, stop playing, right? But you mean to tell me you can't take her to her favorite restaurant? Oh, Ruth Chris. Oh my God. Shit. Am I getting some Ruth Chris ass? And like, yo, where is the tact? Where is the courtesy? Now, if you just tell her, look, I don't have Ruth Chris money, how about I take you to, what other restaurant do you like? Right. And then she can tell you, okay, well, I like this, I like that. And he could say, well, look, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm on a budget. You know what I'm saying? But if once we get to know each other and maybe I can take you out on a special date and I can take you to your regular your favorite restaurant. I know that's your favorite restaurant now, so I'll plan something in the future. But right now, it's like people don't know how to communicate. They don't know how to accept and receive. I don't know what's going on out here, but this is just disgusting. Let's get these cards out here. All right, so we got the Fool. Exactly, the Fool. The first card to come out. It's like You can't be nice to people. And the fool to me represents the energy of something you've never done before. Or you taking a risk and going out of your way. It's like, yeah, people say I shouldn't take her to Ruth Chris on the first date, but I like her. I think she's cool. I think she's kind. I think she's considerate. She's definitely beautiful. You know, I want to, let her know that I appreciate, her and us linking up. And if this is what she like, it's something simple as taking her to a restaurant and spending like $200-300. Okay, cool. The saying is, it ain't tricking if you got it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, if that's not in your budget, sir, just say it's not in your budget. It's one thing to be like, okay, it's not in my budget, and opposed to, well, I got it. I'm just not spending it on these hoes. But yeah, you want somebody to do all kinds of sexual things with you, but you won't give her what she's asking you. A fair exchange ain't no robbery. With this full energy, I just feel like people be constantly trying to play, trying to, what can I get out of her? What can I get out without giving anything? It's like, it's crazy to me. It's real crazy. And I'm not saying it's just the men either. The women be on the same shit. Girl, I know he want this ass. But I'm gonna see what he got first. He gotta do A, B, and C first, and he gotta do this and he gotta do that. And if he ain't got this and he ain't got that, like, don't get me wrong, everybody got their preferences, right? But why are you dating? And another thing I don't like with the full energy here is coming up to me. Another thing I don't like is, if you know you don't like plus size women, right? Why are you dating plus size women? Hello? Crickets. If you don't, they not your preference. Why are you dating them? Or why are you trying to date them? And then and I say this because I'm a plus size woman, and this is something I've experienced. It's like a dude will talk to you or what have you, and they'll be cool or what have you, and then you'll go out or what have you, and then they start saying little slick shit out their mouth. Where, look, I know I've been someone's preference before, and I know how I've been treated when I'm someone's preference versus when I'm not. So, if you're wise enough and you know what I'm saying, a man will talk to you based on how he feels about you. And he will let you know and know in certain terms that you're not his preference. Now, he's not going to tell you, well, you're not my physical. Some men will just say that shit, and that's your blessing right there for you to run. But some men won't say that to you. They'll, go through the motions with you. And then once they get you to a certain level of comfortability, they'll start talking to you like you ain't shit. And that's when you know that you're not their preference. Same thing with the men, on vice versa. This woman will be nice to you. She'll let you take her out. Y'all do all these. And then once she feels like a certain, I don't know, it's a certain frequency y'all be on. Once y'all on that certain frequency, then she start acting funny. And it's like, you could tell that you not her preference. Because she talking to you in a manner that if she was with somebody who was her preference, she wouldn't be speaking to you in that type of, you know what I'm saying? She wouldn't be talking to you like that. So this full energy here to me represents the energy of, people trying to take a risk. Should I take a risk? Should I not take a risk? Do I want to? I don't want to get played for a fool. I don't want to look like a fool. I don't want to feel like a fool. I don't want to waste my fucking time. It's like, yo, if you don't feel like I'm your type, why are you in my face? Why are you in my face? Again, I ask, why are you in my face? You know what I'm saying? I don't understand people. You got some people out here who are afraid to be by themselves. So they're so wired to be up underneath someone that they will come and I think what they call it is low hanging fruit, because they look at people who are not their preference as low hanging fruit. Easy to obtain. I could just do whatever I want until I get what I'm really looking for. Type of, and that shit is disrespectful, and you're gonna get your karma for it. Trust. Don't worry. If you've been treated like that, these people gonna get their karma, but you gotta walk away from them in order to do so. Okay? Because you can't still be with them and think they're gonna get their karma. It don't work like that. Yeah, here go the King of Sword energy in reverse. It's like they won't tell you what it is. They lie, they manipulate, they gaslight. You know what I mean? They'll start talking weird shit to you. Saying weird things. Like, say you meet a gentleman or a woman, right? Either way, you meet someone, right? And say you're not even looking for sex. Say you're just looking for somebody to hang out with. Like, it's summertime, there's some events coming up, and maybe you just want to hang out and explore, certain things that the people ain't into. but you wouldn't mind having company doing it. You know what I'm saying? So you meet someone who seems to be along that frequency of the things you like to do. So you exchange contact information with them. Again, you're only interested in hanging out and having fun. But say you hang out and have fun with this person and y'all have a you have a good vibe, you have a good rapport, right? And then say, you and this person, I don't know, say you become intimate. This person will then switch up on you after you're intimate, like talking to you weird, saying things to you as if, it's like, yo, you wasn't talking like that, before we were intimate. And this is men or women, because once a woman, is intimate with you and she see what you got and what you're working with, she might start talking slick to you after that too. Like, oh, I got this nigga now, or I got this in the bag, and I know he liked it, so I know he gonna come back for more. So next time I'm gonna make him blah blah blah. Or same thing with the woman, with the man with the women, it's like, yeah, okay, she gave it up, so now next time I'm gonna tell her she got to pay for the hotel room this time. And like, wait a minute, like nobody asked you for sex. You know what I'm saying? It was like, yo, everybody was like, in the beginning, it was just a mutual thing. We were gonna have fun, but you always gotta have somebody pushing the issue of sex. People can't just be. So with the gaslighting, with the six of sword energy, it's like, yo, people lying, they not being honest about what they want, or they switching it up once they get what they want from you. Try to play you for a fool and try to switch things up. It's like, it's crazy. High priestess energy in reverse. Yeah, so some of y'all knew what time it was. With the intuitive energy of the high priestess in reverse here, some of y'all knew what time it was. It's like you didn't listen to your intuition. Your intuition told you, don't rock with this. Don't rock with this. So this could have been you. All of this could just be you. Okay, you like, you want to do something different, you want to do something new, you want to come out your shell with the full energy. It's like, damn, I want to go out, I want to hang out, I want to make some friends, I want to love her, I want blah 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 blah, right? But the thing is that the king of sword energy in reverse, you got to make sure that you being honest with yourself, who you are, and what it is that you truly want. This is Aquarius energy here with this king of sword in reverse and this full energy. This is Uranus, Aquarius, right? And this is all about socializing and who you are in your friend group, whether it's just two of you. What you represent in that friend group is your Aquarius energy. Are you the funny one? Are you the wild one? Are you the It's like how you're known. You know what I'm saying? Just like Leo's the opposite energy, how you known for your individual energy. Aquarius is the opposite, is how you're known for your individual energy within a group of people. And two or more is a group, right? So you have that. Now with the high priestess energy in reverse here, this is an energy of someone who is just not listening to their intuition. It's like, I get an energy with the fool, the king, the king of sword in reverse, and the high priestess. I'm like getting this energy of, that's not your type, but you rocking with them anyway. So the fool energy could be, the person who's not your type, somebody who might be a couple years younger than you, right? You normally don't date people that young. Or maybe you dated someone young. Now let's just keep it a buck. Everybody's consenting here. I don't play that underage 21 shit. Okay. Um, for people, you know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about no pedophilic shit. I'm talking about, people who are of legal age, right? And so maybe you date someone 10 years younger than you, right? Or maybe you date someone of a different race. Or you date someone who was just not normally someone you would be attracted to physically, but it's just like, okay, let me try something different, right? Let me not connect with someone just based on physical. Let me connect with them on the mental. You know what I'm saying? But with that, because with that full energy and that king of sword in reverse, that's mental. That's Aquarius energy. That's higher level of frequency, higher level of conscious. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, which is the higher octave of Mercury, right? Mercury is about your communication. Uranus is about, your communication overall. Like, I look at Uranus as the internet, and Mercury is like the data packets that flow through the internet, right? The messages you send on the internet. But Uranus itself is the internet. So the society as a whole is the internet, right? So the dating society as a whole, you're stepping out there, you're new, maybe you just broke up, maybe you just been celibate, and you want to, take things to another level. You want to connect with like-minded people. But the thing is with the king of sword energy in reverse and the high priestess energy in reverse, you got to confirm, okay, what is it that you're willing to accept? What is it that you're not willing to accept? You got to be truthful with yourself first, because if you can't be truthful with yourself, you can't be truthful with somebody else, right? So, you may not know what you want. And so as a result, you're mirroring to this person that you are flighty. You don't know what you want. When in reality, you're not necessarily trying to be harmful or hurtful. You just don't know what the fuck you want. So to this person, it could look like you playing games. It could look like you gaslighting. But this is where communication comes in, right? And so I feel like with this high priestess energy in reverse here is like, also another thing is people telling their whole life story when they meet somebody. I'm getting that too. Like when you first meet someone, friends, they stop telling your whole like, oh yeah, I was with this guy and he did this and he did that. Like stop doing that. Because all you're doing is setting up a situation here where people start looking at you foolish and they don't even know. If somebody asks you, well, tell me about your last relationship. Why did y'all broke up? What happened? Just, you could just say something like, I really don't feel comfortable, talking about that. I really don't feel it's relevant to what's going on. That was in the past. I did learn some lessons from it. And that's that, and that's what's important. It's like, did you learn some lessons? And it's like, okay, you don't even got to ask a person about their whole past relationship. You could just say, hey, what kind of lessons did you learn from the last relationship you were in? And and if someone asks you that, you don't got to go crazy. Like, don't go ham like it's a therapy session. Just be like, look, I learned that, there has to be equal give and take. I learned that, communication is key and that, even though you with someone, they don't, people don't just automatically know what you're thinking. You have to be able to, uh, you know, articulate your thoughts. You have to know what it is you want. Like things like that. Like I'm just saying that off the cuff of my head. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to make nothing up. But I just feel like there's a lot of miscommunication and a lot of mistrust within yourself as well. Okay? In reference to connecting with people. Yeah, here's the eight of coin. So I feel like with this eight of coin energy, that represents the energy of you, really looking at the situation, looking at what you've done, looking at who you've been with, what you've learned, because the eight of pentacles is all about focus. It's all about studying. It's all about analyzing because this is Virgo and energy. Virgo is all about analyzing, breaking things down, uh, putting it into compartments, making sure that it's accurate, making sure all the I's are crossed and all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed in reference to, okay, I was in this relationship. What did I learn from this one? Okay, move on. I don't make that mistake again. What did I learn from this one? Okay, move on. I didn't make that mistake again. Like it should be a progression. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be making the same mistakes over and over in the same in different relationships because then you got to look at yourself. With the King of Sword energy in reverse and the High Priestess in reverse, it's like you're not looking at what's going on. You're not. And this is something you may want to consider before getting back with someone from your past as well, right? Now there could be some secrets here that somebody is not telling us. Somebody could be holding something back. Okay, what Six of Swords energy in reverse? Exactly. Okay. This is like I said before, taking someone back with the Six of Sword energy in reverse. Before going back, is there a reason that you for some of y'all gonna get a call from somebody from your past, okay? Or it's gonna be the same demon but a different physical form. Because it's like you gotta listen to your intuition. That's what's going on here. This is what's hidden. The High Priestess energy in reverse. Now that could also represent someone coming around trying to deal with you who is still dealing with someone from their past. So I feel like a lot of you, especially if you out here dating, everybody got somebody from their past. A lot of people are not 100% celibate. When I say celibate, I mean you not talking to an ex on the phone. I'm talking about you just like, you know what? I'm not talking to nobody on the phone. I'm not sleeping with anybody. Cause talking, that's emotional connection. So that's not celibacy. I'm sorry, it's just not. Because emotional, especially if it's a woman, come on, and it don't matter if it's a woman or a man. There's parts of a connection. There's the emotional piece and there's the physical piece, right? So if you are having an emotional connection with someone, you still that's a form of intimacy. It really is if you do, if you stop and think about it. So you may say, "Oh, I'm not sleeping with nobody, but I'm still talking to someone I used to sleep with." Now, if you're talking to someone you never slept with before, to me that's different. Then you okay, well, I'm not sleeping with nobody, but I'm still talking to my ex on the phone. We ain't slept together in 4 months, but we still be on the phone talking. You still have an emotional attachment to this person. That's not being celibate, not in my opinion. Now that's just my opinion, but that's still, you know what I mean. So if you talking to a guy and he's still in love with his baby's mom, right, or his ex, or vice versa, you talking to a woman, she still, has great communication and still calls her ex-husband up when she's feeling lonely, or not lonely but sad, and she wants to vent, and she can call him and he's always there. That's a yet she ain't sleeping with him. That's an issue. That's a red flag. That's a concern. It really is. Tell me about this fool. Tell me about this fool. Compromise came out underneath it. Bully came out in reverse. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. You see, it's three people in this picture right here, right? And it's three people in this picture here. But bully came out in reverse. So this is someone's like, yo, I'm willing to, figure out what's going on here. But with the compromise energy here, this is an energy of somebody who has more than one person. Wasn't I just talking about that? Now, with this bully energy, you're not going to allow this person to bully you into a third party scenario, a third party situation. Because I feel like with this King of Sword energy in reverse here, this person is not being honest. They're not telling you what's going on. And remember, the King of Swords in reverse, that's Aquarius energy. Um, the Aquarius energy, you got to be careful because, when it's in its dark side, this is somebody who likes to have more than one partner. It just is, right? And so you could be dealing with someone who's tapped into their Aquarius energy. Now, Pluto is in retrograde in Aquarius. And so with Pluto in retrograde in Aquarius, Pluto in retrograde itself is bringing up secrets being revealed, things that was going on behind the scenes that are now coming out, or it could reveal power struggles that were going on between you and somebody else. Okay. Now, some of you, you may have been with somebody who was trying to bully you, all right, trying to get you to do what it is that they want you to do, trying to get you to be in a relationship that you're not interested in. Say you are, someone who's interested in a traditional man and woman relationship. You could have friends who are trying to influence you into different types of relationships. You may have, you could be a guy. You interested in getting with a woman. Eventually, you may want to get married and have kids. But you got homeboys around you who are on the down low. Okay? On the down low. And their goal is to keep a woman from you. So they may, you may introduce him to your homegirl, like, yo, I'm dating her. This is who she is, da da da. And this dude will turn around, his homeboy will turn, yo, God, I heard that she da 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 da, she this, she that, she that. And then this person knows that they have that influence over you, and they'll tell you this. And you know how men are. Men don't investigate. Most of them don't investigate themselves. Most of them, their goal is to appeal to other men. So if other men are telling them, yo, man, your girl is a hoe, I looked her up on the internet, she got this, and that, a lot of times they're gonna listen to their boys and they just gonna cut it off. They're not even gonna pull her to the side like, yo, there's some information that I found. I just wanted to talk to you about it before, I come to any conclusions, because I really am at a loss for this. I'm not sure what to think. So can I, I just want to bring this to your attention and communicate with the person. Most guys won't do that. They'll just listen to their boys, and then they'll just continue to deal with this woman, but they'll treat her like shit. And then on the other end, she's sitting here like, yo, what's the problem? What's the issue? And it's because his boys done hit him in the head with some BS, all because they don't want him with her. On the low, they trying to scoop you up and you don't even know it, dude. Your homeboy trying to scoop you up, trying to catch you in a situation where you vulnerable, trying to keep the chicks that you meet away from you. Stop and think about that for a minute. Dudes you was dealing with, homeboys you had, and every time you brought up a woman, he's on some, yo, she a hoe, she a this, she that. And how many times did you actually believe it and not investigate the situation? How many times did you know what I'm saying? Same thing with women. Girl, he ain't got no money. I don't know why you messing with him. He be messing with Keisha. He got a baby by such and such. Ew. Oh my God. Instead of just sitting down with him saying, especially if that type of shit bother you. Like if you're easily influenced by what other people got to say, you should take it upon yourself to sit down and at least talk to the person first before you come up with you know what I mean? That way you could say, yo, whether this person is talking shit or not, you can sit down and yourself and say, yeah, homeboy told me blah, blah, blah about her. But I sat down and I talked to her and she told me that that's not the case. This is that and that and this. Now, should I believe her or him? I would say you should believe her until you can find something that says that that's not the case. Because again, people be trying to keep people single so they could be around them so they could sneak up. And it could be vice versa with homegirls. Oh, girl, don't mess with him. He ain't. Every time you introduce your homegirl or say, yo, I like this guy, homegirl's telling you something negative about him. Look at something, trying to find something on the internet about him, or I don't know about him. Da, 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 da. Trying to keep you single. Why? Because she on the low, she gay, and she wants to sleep with you. It be that type of stuff going on. Y'all gotta open your eyes. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are gullible and don't realize with that fool energy, don't realize that they be trying to keep you single because they want to sleep with you on the low. The King of Sword energy in reverse. They ain't not telling you the truth. Your friend group not telling you the truth. They looking people up on the internet, lying or making shit up, and oh, she this and he that, and you got a lot of people recording people phone calls, and oh, it's just crazy out here. It's crazy out here. Tell me about this King of Sword in reverse. Uh huh. What I tell you, King of Sword in reverse. Live and learn. Live and learn. So the thing is that you got to learn to communicate. You got to learn to pay attention to what people say to you, and what people say to you is not just what they say out their mouth; it's their actions. If their actions are not aligning with what they said, that's a red flag. If their energy changes and they say something to you and it's really weird and you don't understand what it is, that's gaslighting. Say you just talking to somebody on the phone and or you call them up, I don't know. People text a lot. I'm getting this Aquarius energy with the internet and the communication. Like people text a lot. And say you were like, yo, I don't understand what this person is saying. Let me see if I could, make the call. So you just say to them, hey, let me give you a call. Or how about you call me when you get some free time so we could clarify. You get on the phone with this person and they telling you some weird shit like, the world don't revolve around you. You know what I'm saying? Or who are you to call? It's plain English. You don't understand. Like just weird shit. It's like, yo, I'm just calling you to get clarity. That's the whole point. Is for me to, take a 5 minute, situation here, instead of, texting on and off and, not understanding and misunderstanding and a whole stream of texting that don't even make no fucking sense. Let me just give you a call. We can straighten this out in 5 minutes. Okay, so what time we meeting? Okay, well, this is what I gotta do. Da, 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 da. So what you gonna do? Okay, cool. All right, boom. I holla and hang up. You know what I mean? And opposed to this back and forth with the King of Sword in reverse, live and learn. Like people don't. It's the communication is crazy out here. It's just wild, and that's what the challenge is learning how to communicate, learning how to listen, and believe somebody when they tell you what they believe, especially if they don't back it up by their actions. Believe them. Stop trying to manipulate and coerce people with the bully energy and reversing the fool. It's like somebody is literally trying to. Okay, say you're the type of person you celibate. People are literally sitting here trying to coerce you into being into an intimate connection with them just because they don't like the fact, oh yeah, she say she's celibate. I'm gonna ask her out. We're gonna have drinks and we're gonna see. We're gonna see how celibate she is. And like it's just like people just be on some hater shit with this King of Sword energy in reverse and live and learn. You gotta understand these games. So it's like, okay, damn, the guy asks you out or the girl asks you out. You want to go out, but then at the same time, it's like, yo, what's these people ulterior motive? Why you want me to go out? What's up? High Priestess energy in reverse. Tell me about this. Yeah, natural disaster. You don't listen to your intuition with the High Priestess in reverse. That's when all the shit start. Because for some of y'all already know what time it is with these people. They've already shown you that their actions don't align with their words. For some of you, if this is somebody who's coming back from the past, the King of Sword in reverse and live and learn. This is somebody, especially with the Fool and bully energy in reverse and compromise. It's like this person, some of y'all are just dealing with someone who don't give a fuck about you. They just want to use you for whatever they want to use you for. Whether this is someone you met for the first time and it's an old energy, you know, or this is someone you dealt with in the past who wants to come back around. They're determined. They are determined to put you back where you were in their life, right? And say where you were in their life was a detriment to your health, your emotional, spiritual, mental, physical well-being. That was a detriment. You being in that state. But because these people don't give a fuck about you, they only give a fuck about what they can get from you. They are willing to go through all kinds of lengths to get you back into that state. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not doing nothing but feeding off of you. Now, for some of you with this Eight of Pentacle energy here, this is like you figuring out or trying to figure out, yo, like, because to me, you see here where it's got the X and then it's got on the opposite side the check mark. It's like, okay, yeah, this is what I want, but no, this is not what I want, right? So I feel like with that King of Sword energy in reverse and the live and learn is with this Eight of Pentacle, you have to be specific about what it is that you want and what you don't want. And that's what I was talking about again in reference to past relationships and past scenarios. This may have happened to you in a relationship in the past, but it's a live and learn type of thing where it's like, okay, I never experienced that before. And now that I've experienced it, I know moving forward, if I sense anything like that, I'm going to just articulate and be clear of what it is that I want versus what I don't want. But you got to be clear. You have got to make sure you understand what the X's are and you understand what the checks are, right? You got to understand that because this is the energy that represents you and what's going on in your thoughts. All right. So you got to know what you want and what you will tolerate and what you won't tolerate. You know, Virgo also stands for, you know, your self-esteem. All right, earth energy, how you stand, you know, you standing 10 toes down, that type of thing. Like, this is what I've come to the conclusion of, and so this is what I'm standing on, right? Instead of being played like a fucking puppet. If you don't know what you want with that X or that check, this is what's going to happen to you. You're going to get played like a puppet. Okay. And we already know that with this fool energy and this bully in reverse. So this could be somebody who's trying to bully you, or this could be somebody who is coming back around. They bullied you before, you got away from them, right? And you know, now they're trying to come back around with some new bully shit, right? But with the Six of Sword energy in reverse here, I don't feel like you're going for it. I feel like you learned your lesson. Yeah, luck with the Six of Sword energy in reverse. So for some of y'all, somebody is just using you for what you could bring to the table. This is what I was talking about in the very beginning of the video, right? People don't appreciate you for what you have. They can only appreciate you if they can use you for what you have. You know, and that's just unfortunate. That's just the way shit is in this life. So you got to be very careful who you open yourself up to. There's nothing wrong with being stingy. There's nothing wrong with being celibate. I've had people on a vendetta against me because I decide not to be intimate. I don't even really be discussing it with people personally anymore. I don't even get into it because I find that when I do, um, it's like the hunt begins. Like I'm prey now. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, let me just not say what the fuck I'm doing at all. Let me just be quiet and just get to know a person. Like I feel like less is more. Because if you could say, oh, okay, I'm celibate, right? I'm not being intimate. I haven't been intimate. You know what I mean? If that even comes up, it's just too much out here. This is just giving me a headache. It's just like I don't understand how people date nowadays. Like that shit is crazy out here. It's really insane. If you in a relationship and you happy, that's what's up. Now, if you are in a relationship here, I feel like for some of you, you know, you have to be careful because you could be dealing with someone who has a child's mother or a child's father. And the thing is that you know, you're going to have to if you're, especially if you're marrying this person, right, or you're in a long-term committed relationship with this person, you're going to have to learn to get along with the your ex's partner. Like you have to, especially for the sanity and the sanctity of your peace and your partner's peace, so that you could respectfully and peacefully co-parent. Like, people be so jealous and envious over shit that is not even worth being jealous and envious over. Like, it's too many people out here in the world. You could go find you another dude. You could go find you another chick. Like, it's too many people out here for you to be fighting and arguing over one dude, over one chick. Like, I never understood that. I ain't never in my life started no beef with no one over some dude. I never have. I know somebody now. You mean to tell me you ain't? No, I ain't never. Okay, no, I have not never, because it's too many people out here. My North Node is in Aquarius. It's too many people out here in the world. Why would I do that when it's like 20 other dudes down the block? Are you kidding me? Why am I gonna go start with some chick, purposely start some shit with some chick over some dude that, he want to go back and forth? It's either I'm gonna accept the fact that he want to go back and forth, or I'm gonna step off and go find something else to fuck with. Period. That's always been my motto ever since I can remember start dating. Like, it ain't never changed with me. That's just how I always been. I'm gonna accept what it is, or I'm gonna leave. Period. That's a cue. That'll end in a minute. Talk to me about this compromise and this bully. Hold on, let me close that door. I'm gonna close my door. Sorry. Sorry, that's the lawn people. Them things is loud as I don't know what. All right, let's see what's up with this compromise. Talk to me about this compromise. All right. Two of Pentacle energy in reverse. So here we go again. Now, Two of Pentacle in reverse, compromise. Lack of balance, unorganized, financial loss, or overwhelmed. So, for some of you, I don't know if you were the person who was in a relationship with more than one person. You may have been talking with one person, dealing with someone else. And it got to the point where it just got to be too much, right? So now everything falls apart. One person finds out about the other. It could be that. With this bully energy in verse, this is embarrassment, gossip, and what is this? Unwillingness. Okay, that's in reverse. So I feel like somebody may be embarrassed because they were not able to get someone back into a third party situation. It's like with the fool energy, someone was trying to play someone for a fool, whether it was trying to get them back into a third party or whether somebody has a person and they trying to add on to the roster. Okay. Now, I feel like there could have been some bragging and boasting about it, because why would you be embarrassed? Right. So I feel like somebody was mad because they were not able to get someone back. I just feel strongly it's a back energy. Someone is not able to get someone back on the roster. Okay. They're not able to do it. The thing is because this person has learned. It's like, yo, I dealt with you. I know you're a liar. I know you ain't shit. Yeah, King of Cup energy in reverse. I know you're manipulative as fuck. So I'm not going back. So I'm getting here that this is somebody who's on the dark side. Okay. This is a person, this reading is from this person who's on the dark side. This person is like, damn, she got away. Or damn, he got away. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if I could get them back around. But when you had them around, you was bullying them. You was treating them like shit. You know what I'm saying? You was embarrassing them. You made them look stupid. You weren't honest with them. You weren't sincere with them. You was treating them like shit, right? And so that's in reverse now. Right? Because this person don't want to sit here and fight with you. Is what I'm getting with the compromise and the two of pentacles. This person looking at you like, yo, you're not worth the fight. You ain't worth the time. Okay? You're not worth all that. I done been there with you. right? You're manipulative as fuck with the king. Come on, the king of sword in reverse and the king of cup in reverse with the live and learn. Yeah, this person learned. It's like, nah, I see you as a terrible human being. I will never fuck with you again. And so what's happening is if you do with the high priestess in reverse and natural disaster, you're gonna have a problem. Okay, risk, frustration, and survive. You won't survive it. You won't survive it. This is somebody who's out to destroy, mentally and emotionally destroy someone. This is like pimp energy. Yeah, five of pentacle energy in reverse. This is an energy of someone who is trying to get you. And speaking of pimp in reverse, speaking of pimp energy, yo, this is somebody who I don't know. For somebody, like I said, I'm getting pimp energy, and as soon as that five of pentacle came out in reverse, that sealed the fucking deal. You were the person, like the high priestess energy in reverse, right? Is to me that's like okay. If you look at the high priestess upright, who is she? She is somebody who is class, someone who has well, we're talking about because spiritual. High priestess is spiritual. It's not a physical. So the high priestess is your intuitive in the positive sense. Okay, you're using your intuitive energies, your creative imagination, your intellect, right? Uh, your nurturing feminine energy. Men and women have this. In reverse, you're using it for nefarious and malicious intent, or there's someone who's trying to use you for malicious intent. So you could be someone who has intuitive abilities. You could have someone who's trying to get back in your good graces because they want to use your gifts to help them get money in some way, shape, or form. Now, you could also look at the high priestess as you are, when I was getting this pimp energy, this is a man who maybe already has a wife or has a girlfriend or has his eye on a particular woman who is his preference. But for whatever reason, he needs you, the person who's not his preference, to help him elevate him so that he can maintain his presence in the woman that he prefers life. Switch it in reverse too, okay? That's what I'm getting here. Marion, yeah, three of cups. They want you to reunite. See, they want to reunite with you with the with the marionette and the three of cups. They want you to come back around so they can try to control you. What I'm also getting to is somebody put something in someone's food. Because this is all about food. See all that food there? This is what I like, what I don't like, my preferences. Yeah, I like this, I don't like that. I like this, I don't like that. And you're telling this person, oh, well, I've been through this, I've been through that. So that they what they're gonna do is they're gonna try to control you, right? They're gonna ask you out on a date. And at that point, that's when they're gonna try to control you. For some of you, they may try to put something in your damn food. I don't trust this shit at all, especially with the King of Cup in reverse and the King of Sword in reverse. This is somebody who will put something in your food. Or you go to the bathroom at the restaurant and then they put something in your fucking drink or sprinkle some shit over your food. Yeah, this type of person. And then remember I said money, six of sword energy in reverse, and luck. This person is using you in some way, shape, or form. I feel like they're draining you of your energy or using you for your energy. Yeah, Knight of Swords, they're not gonna tell you this. You are someone's lucky. I don't know what you do or what you got going on, but somebody needs you. Okay, they need you. They can't make it without you, or they don't want to make it without you. This is a pimp and all sorts of words. See, sometimes people think pimp as in out on the street corner. You know what I'm saying? The traditional pimp out on the street corner with the hose out on the street. No, things have elevated nowadays. A man could simply pimp you by living with you, right? Splitting bills with you. But he's interested in someone else and he'll go out on dates with other women and spend money, and treat other women who are his preference better than he'll treat you. Okay, that happens all the time. A lot of women just don't realize they're in them situations. I've been in that situation before and I had to wake up. You understand? So I know how that shit is. I'm telling you, this is what's going on. You know what I mean? So this is why I don't do that. Oh, well, we'll move in and split bill shit. We're not doing that. I don't give a fuck if you put a ring on it or not. Now you're just basically telling me I'm your glorified bottom bitch. You know what I'm saying? By putting a ring on it and making me split bills with you, and then you go out here and still cheat. Because that's what a lot of these men are doing. A lot of people just don't want to accept it or realize it, or a lot of women are accepting it and they're realizing it and they're crashing out mentally. They're crashing out spiritually. They're crashing out emotionally. This is why a lot of women cheat because they realize what the fuck they got trapped up into. See, people don't talk about when they talk about married people cheating, they don't really talk about why women cheat. A lot of women cheat because they realize they married somebody who really didn't give a fuck about them. They married somebody who just using them. Okay, because once that ring get on the finger and y'all move into that house, everything change. Everything change. You sitting here cooking, cleaning, raising his kids, giving him the best sex you got, and he's still going out there and cheating on you. Why? Because you're not his preference. And the sooner you accept that, the sooner you take that in, digest that shit and shit it out, and get you some backbone to you. You start preparing and you get your fucking ass out of that relationship. Because guess what? I guarantee you, if you got out of that and got your own place and everything like that, I bet you because he's still going. If it's all about the sex, he's still gonna want to hit. He's still gonna want to hit you. That's the thing. He's still gonna give you the sex. So if you only there because okay, I got me some, you know what I mean? Like that's the only reason he got you there. And so a lot, and I be telling men too on the flip side, it's like, yo, if she treating you like shit now that y'all married, you could get your own place. You can still keep it on paper if that's what you really want to do, but you get your own place and do your own thing. I bet you still could hit if that's what you wanted, but you don't just got to live with the aggravation. It's like, why do all of that? I could understand marriage if you got children, but if you don't got children and you don't got assets and things like that, what's the purpose? Like people just be wanting to get married for show. They don't really be into it. They don't really be into the situation. And this is why so many relationships end in divorce, marriages end in divorce. It's not because people be getting married because they love one another. People be getting married because they be using each other for what the other person can bring for them. This is why I be saying all the time, it's like, look, if you can provide everything you need for yourself, you're not going to go out there, getting into relationships and getting manipulated with the king of sword in reverse and the king of cup in reverse. You're not going to go out there getting manipulated because the only way somebody can manipulate you is if you need something from them. If I got self-love and I don't need that from you, you're not going to be able to manipulate me with love. Telling me you're going to give me love. I can give myself love. You know what I'm saying? I got my own money. So I don't need to come to you, you know what I'm saying, asking you for a couple dollars because now you can manipulate me to get it. Oh, well, what you gonna do for this money? I got you $1. What you gonna do for this dollar? I don't need you. I could work 3 jobs. I work 2 jobs. And most people is lazy. That's what it is. They just lazy as fuck. Or they want to look like they live in a glamorous life, or what some of these disillusioned chicks be talking about, a soft life. You're not living a soft life if you splitting bills with a dude. Sorry. That's not a soft life. That's a glorified whole life. Who who I like who has a video about that? Look up High Power Podcast. Princella, the Queen Maker. Look for her video talking about hoes, glorified wife. Look that up and check that video out. Trust me, it'll open your eyes to a lot of what these marriages are made of, and then you wonder why do marriages, 50% of marriages end in divorce? Watch that video. It's just plain English, okay? Some people gonna still be in denial, but whatever. Yeah, trigger. See, I feel like you triggered this person once you left. I feel like for others of you, if you met someone new, the new person triggered you because it's the same energy in a different person. So you might be saying, well, why do I attract the same type of people? Well, maybe because you haven't learned the lesson completely, because there's a live and learn card here, okay? Deception. We was just already talking about that. This is just reiterating what I said. I'm just gonna take the one. Ooh, for some of y'all, this is what it is. Remember I was telling you some of your friends Be trying to break you up. Oh nah, dude, I heard she was a hoe. She slept with such and such and such and such and such and such. Envious. 9 times out of 10, that dude want to sleep with you. Or if you a dude and boy, nah, yo, don't mess with her. She a hoe, yo. She got this, da da da. Da. 9 times out of 10, he either want to sleep with you on the low, or he want to sleep with her. Why else would he be coming to you telling you he ain't never had a conversation with this woman? Don't even know her. Yo, I know her. She used to mess with it. No, you don't know her. Have you ever had a conversation with her? I bet you that motherfucker will tell you no. No, I heard he was a hoe. I heard he was messing around with such and such. He got a baby by that. Oh, but have you ever had a conversation with him? No. So how the fuck do you know him? You ain't never had a conversation with him. Like y'all gotta learn how to ask these questions with these King of Sword energy in reverse. Learn how to ask these questions. Effective communication is key. Y'all will let somebody manipulate y'all just by saying some shit like that. Oh, okay, girl, I ain't fucking with him. Well, girl, why you say that? You ever talk to him? You know him personally? Yeah, I know him. He friends with such and such. Well, have you ever had a conversation with him? You understand what I'm saying? And then if you still confused and have you the one got access to the dude. You got direct access to him. Instead of you going and asking him directly, you gonna listen to your homegirl, and then you're gonna treat him suspect when he come around, and you don't even address the issue with him in order for you to act funny to him. I could see if you asked him the question, yo, I hate to ask you this, but I just need to know because a close source to me has told me blah 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 blah. Can you elaborate on that? Can you tell me if there's any truth to that? Here's my questions, right? And if this person says blah 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 blah, and you're like, okay, so blah blah blah, y'all have a conversation about it. You clear the air. You know what I'm saying? The person is upfront and honest with you about everything, right? Find out that shit is some half true bullshit, right? Or some bullshit that you know how people are. They spread rumors. So you got the person right there in front of you. Why you don't go to them and ask in the situation, and then they'll just go back and deal with them, but they'll treat them like shit the way they deal with them. And it's like this person's looking at you like, yo, why you acting funny? What's switched up? Because they heard some, and they ain't got the balls. But you know what? If you meet somebody like that, cut them off. That happened to me. I met a guy and I really liked him, and I thought he liked me. But he got on the phone with me one day and was telling me, oh, so I heard that you was such and such's go to. Like, because I'm like, yo, I ain't seen this dude in 20 years before this. I ain't seen him. So how am I his go to? Well, I heard, da, 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 da. And it's like, you know what? You know what? And the way he was saying it to me, it was like, fuck what I have to say about it. It's like, yo, I was told this, and you this, and you that. And it's like, oh, are you asking me, my G, or are you telling me? Well, they said, and I was like, you know what? Fuck you. And I hung up. Because if he would have came at me like, yo, I got some concerns. A trusted source of mine came to me and said that you was messing with this dude, and this you always around this dude, and he always whenever he call you, you come through, type of thing. Yo, what's up with you and this dude? And I'd have been like, yo, da 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 da, ba 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 ba. This is what's up. Da da da. I'm not da da da. And the crazy part about it is, I already told this dude about him beforehand. I'm like, yo, he and I are just cool. I used to deal with him. I do not deal with him anymore. But yet months go by and he's still talking about this dude. I'm like, okay, so you gossiping about me. You know what I'm saying? So you got shit like that. So sometimes people just be doing you a favor by Xing their own self out. You know what I'm saying? It's disappointing, it's heartbreaking, but you can't be with people who salty. You can't be with people who listen to other people and let other people decide important shit like who you gonna be intimate with. How you letting some dude decide who you gonna be intimate with and who you gonna be in a relationship with? When the dude probably he was a very attractive dude, and what I feel like is the dudes around him was envious of him. Because if he would have got in a connection with me, you know what I'm saying? All of that partying and all that would have changed. Not because I'm trying to change dude, but because we would have been linking up and we would have been building and making money. He would have been able to hang out with his friends, but we would have just been on a different trajectory. You know what I'm saying? In opposed to what he was doing when he was hanging around these losers. Yeah, blocked. So that's what I had to do. Had to block dude. Like, okay, you don't got your own mind. So I'm gonna block you. Now, for some of y'all block someone that is trying to come back around and they mad salty about it. They bitter, they angry, and they petty about it because you blocked them. You moved on. You should move on. Like, these people are not doing shit for you but causing aggravation and strife in your life. But this is how you know you're dealing with a demon, right? If you have you've been in a relationship with someone, no matter what the type of relationship is, the thing is y'all not seeing eye to eye. This person is a bully. They're an asshole. They don't respect you. They don't give a fuck about you. They're just using you. They get mad because, number one, you find out about it, and then they be extra salty when you decide, okay, I'm gonna remove myself from the situation and I'm gonna block you. That's when they be on some predator shit. Now they want to shoot. Now they want to find you. Now they want to send people after you. Now they want to send death spells to you. All kinds of shit because you don't want to fuck with them anymore. What kind of normal functioning individual, if you decide, okay, yo, this ain't working no more, yeah, okay, they might feel in their ego, they might be a little embarrassed and mad. You know what I'm saying? But what kind of person is going to continue to try to bring you back into a situation where they know you left for a reason? They know why you left. They know you was unhappy. They know this. That's a demon. That is a demon, okay? Only demons do shit like that. Normal functioning human beings do not try to drag you back into a fucking cell. Like, it's like the equivalent of somebody had you tied up in a motherfucking basement, right? You got away, and now this motherfucker trying to lure you back in. You know, you out in the street, they know you out and about. You just was like, yo, I'm not fucking with this motherfucker no more. He tied me up in the basement. I was able to get away. You know, I don't know. Just this is hypothetical. Just say it ain't got nothing to do with police, right? But you got the fuck away. You got this motherfucker had a hand you handcuffed or whatever. This is mentally, okay? But say physically, right? Just to make it plain and simple. And you got away, and this motherfucker trying to lure you back to their house, and they mad because you won't come back. So now what they're gonna do is they're gonna stalk you, they're gonna chase you to try to come. That's a demented motherfucker, don't you think? It's the same thing when they're doing it to you spiritually and mentally. They know their intent is to fuck you over. They know their intent is to use you. But because you got away, now they're extra salty and mad, and they want to. Oh, this is all they want to do. That's it. That's it. Look at that. Look at that. You see that? Two different decks. Some of y'all women got men that's jealous of you. Some of y'all women, especially, I know for a fact, I've dealt with a lot of jealous men, and I'm not going, get into it, but they jealous because I can take care of myself and I don't need them for any fucking thing. All right? I don't need you for money. I could make my own money. I don't need you for sex. Dick is everywhere, just like blades of grass, every fucking where. Okay? I don't need you for sex. I don't need you for money. I don't need you for validation. I could be by myself. I'm good. So a lot of dudes don't like that shit. A lot of men have a problem with those types of women. And I can only speak from a woman's perspective. Okay? So don't think I'm just bashing men. I can only speak from a woman's perspective and from my experience. And that's the only place I ever speak from. Okay? I don't be just making shit up and just talking shit to be talking shit. I've lived some life. And so that's part of the reason why I do what I do, so that I can help people going through similar shit. Okay? You are a target if you are a single woman, you don't have any kids, you're not married, and you able to sustain financially by yourself. And you're not out here hoeing. The first thing they want to do is they want to get to know you because they want to figure out what the fuck is going on. Oh, she really okay. So they'll want to exchange phone numbers with you. They'll want to go out on a date with you. They want to pick your brain. They want to see what the fuck's going on with you to see if, first of all, are you really that person that you say you are? And then when they find out that you are, then they turn up the ante and they get real mad because it's like, oh, you think you better than that. It's like, yo, I don't think I'm better than. We just on different frequencies, my brother. You just not understanding that you must be used to dealing with people who full of shit or you're full of shit. Because when you meet somebody who walks the talk, like I tell you who I am and I walk it, the first thing you want to do is you want to try to poke holes in it to see if it's true. Then when you can't poke holes in it, now you mad at me because you think I'm playing games with you. Because you didn't want to believe me from the gate. Yo, I deal with this shit too much. I'm telling you, that's how they come. And it don't matter if it's a man or a woman, because I don't date women. But even on a friendship tip, I conduct myself in a certain way. And so people at some point they be like, either they admire it and they want to get to know you, or they want to get to know you to figure out if you really, if they could poke holes in your shit. And then if they can't poke holes in your shit, that's when they start really getting jealous. The ones who are there to poke holes in your shit. They start getting jealous and envious and mad. Like, who are you to block someone who's not good for you? And they become very salty, mad because they can't get in and manipulate and control you. It, I'm telling you, they so easy to figure out once you experience it. Yeah, priestess energy. See the high priestess there and priestess, two different decks, because you know what time it is. You have too much internal wisdom. You have too much universal knowledge. Like a lot of people think because you read a lot, that's what makes you intelligent. A lot of what makes me intelligent and what I know is because I sit quietly and I listen to my higher self. And so this shit that can't be found in books. Just because you read books don't mean don't mean you wise. That just means you intelligent. There's wisdom, there's intelligence. You understand what I'm saying? There's differences, and then there's common sense. So there's different types of intelligence, you know? Yeah, romantic. So for some of you, you are a romantic. It's just you maybe you can't find someone who's on the same page as you. Or this could be, maybe somebody is gonna come your way. You'll know when you meet someone who's like this. You'll know. Yeah, wallflower. So until then, sit on your ass. Sit on your ass. Don't do nothing. Don't jump into nothing. Don't if it listen. If it's not what you if they don't come in a romantic sense in the way that you feel you should be courted, then don't do it. But be realistic about how you want to be courted. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody should have to take you on a cruise on your first date. Like that's a little much. I don't give a shit how much you spent for the breast and how much you spent for the ass. Nobody should have to take you on a cruise for your first date. It shouldn't have to, right? If they got it like that and that's what they want to do, that's cool. But date with your preference then. If you know these dudes can't do that for you, why are you around a dude who don't got money like that? You know he wants you, but what you just want to drag him through the mud because you know he wants you. You know he don't got no money, but yet you want to drag him through the mud. And then on the flip side, dude, you know you can't afford her. You know she's not your type. Why are you fucking with her? Cause she thinks she all of that. Okay, so you trying to basically just bring her down a notch because you mad because you can't afford her. You're envious and you're jealous because you the type of dude who don't feel like you should take a woman out. But yet this is the type of woman who's used to being taken out. And so just because she crossed your path, now you feel obligated to try to do her. Like, yo, people be wilding out here. People be wilding out here. I wish y'all the best. Boundaries. I wish y'all the best. Strictly sexual. I can't make this shit up. I can't make this up. Put away the computer. There's a lot of what's going on too. Everybody be on a computer listening to, these podcasts. In reference to how men are and how women are, and they be doing the shit that be on, and then you wonder why you miserable. You done tried that shit online that was on, like you miserable. Cause the shit don't it's bullshit. It's just somebody trying to make money on the internet. Telling you all kinds of dumb shit because you might be in a vulnerable state. And what they may be saying, they may have one or two experiences that you resonate with. Okay, cool. But the genuine thing is first of all, you need to just date within your range. And you would be happy. I do remember listening to this one guy. I don't agree with everything he say. His name is Goldie. But like I agree with a lot of I'm not gonna lie, I agree with a lot of what he say, but in the female version. Because I would be the same way, and I'm similar to that, as far as what he says, a lot of the things he say. Like for example, he said he was taught, I think he said by his uncle, that when you go to a club, everybody always trying to go off after the prettiest girl. And he said that's where dudes be playing themselves. It's like you all trying to go after that one or two, dope girls in the party when you know that this girl is not on your page. You know that. Every dude in there wants her. What you should be doing is looking at the women who are looking at you. The woman who are like a dude will be like focused on this one particular girl that everybody's focused on. He could have women coming up to him, signaling him all night. He will push those women to the side because he focused on the woman that everybody else is focused on instead of looking at the opportunity of the women who come to you. Gravitate to the people who come to you because those are the people who are going to more so be aligned with what you down with. So this is what I'm talking about dating outside of your frequency. Yeah, she might look good. Come on, people. Oh, yo, Beyonce. Okay, dude, but you know you not on Beyonce level. If Beyonce walked up to you right now, you would not be able to do shit for her. Even if she said, "Okay, come on, let's go on a date," nigga, you would not be able to do nothing for her. Like, stop it. So just throw in the towel and just say, "Okay, yeah, she beautiful. She did approach me. I'm not on the same playing field. I'm just not. Let me just chalk up my loss and just get an autograph and get a picture with her kissing me on the cheek, and let me just go about my business and live my life." No, they want to. You know what I'm saying? They want to try to still tag it. Oh, she. This is why you got to be careful. And another thing he said too, that I appreciated was that you don't give no man, don't, if a man say hi to you, no, you don't got to say shit. I already knew this when I was younger, but these, the girl that was interviewing, why? But I'm just, I'm a nice person. You got to stop saying hi to people because these dudes will think that's an in for them. If you with a man, whether you with a man or not, you should be moving like you got a man. These dudes walking past, oh hey, how you doing? You don't got to speak to them if you don't want to. Keep it moving. Because a lot of times they saying how you doing just to see if they can get it in. And then the next thing you know, they want, them, they talking to you every day. Like this game this one dude told me he played. Like every morning or whatever, he go the same route and he run into a woman or whatever, he'll say hi. And then the next day she say hi back. Then the next day he'll say hi again, like to get her comfortable saying hi to him each day. And then maybe the next week he'll say, hey, how's it going? He'll add a little bit more word to it. Won't push it. He'll do that for a week. And then the third week it'll be, hey, how's it going? How's the weather is beautiful. He'll gradually get her to open up. Like this what these dudes be doing. Just to see if you're receptive. So when he say hi, keep it moving. Don't say hi. Just keep it moving. You're not obligated to speak to anybody. You are not. Because you're giving people the in. And these people out here is crazy. Yo, I wish y'all the best. Holla.